Hey,
Hi.
how's it going out there? This is Mike and Mare back on the road to recovery from fucking COVID. Watching more TV now that our brains are working or retain things and talk about it later on. So that's cool, and we're very excited that we're in this position now that we can actually use our brains and our bodies again, because we couldn't for a hot minute there.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, it was rough. But anyway, we're back. This is Mike Mare. Like I said before, you can check us out. Don'tWannaWatchThat.com. The show is I Don't Want to Watch That. You find it anywhere. You can get podcasts. And if you're looking for the show and you can't find it, but you found our social media accounts or something, and you can't find it on the podcast thing that you fucking like, then tell us. And we'll make sure it's on the podcast thing that you like. Because, I mean, we want to get to 25 listeners. So, all the more people to come in.
That would be big if we got to 25.
Yeah, no. The Housewives one that we did, 27 the other day. So that's good. Yeah, very exciting times out here in the I Don't Want to Watch That household. But yeah, don'twannawatchthat.com. Find it anywhere on the iTunes or place you get podcasts. And also when you rate it and you review it and stuff, that helps more people find it, which is, kind of cool for us. And Twitter and Instagram at Don't Wanna Watch. The O in Twitter is a 0 because of a fuckface. And
What fucking guy.
I'm gonna start tweeting at him. Be like, hey Dick, give me the handle if you're not gonna use it.
Hey Dick.
Yeah,
he's really gonna give it up.
Yeah, I'm sure the account he created in 2008 to watch The Bachelor with his wife I'm sure he keeps up on the email traffic that comes from the direct messages and such.
Yeah, make sure you say, hey Dick.
That's always a good way to open negotiations, starting with, hey Dick. Yeah, that's how I do things at work, going over my terms and conditions and such. So, hey Dick, you gonna leave this in here? Hey Dick, you owe me this. It says so in the conditions.
Fascinating.
Yes. So, we're here to talk about
The Boys.
The Boys this week, this episode.
Episode 5 and 6.
Yep. And so this is episodes 5 and 6. There's only 2 more episodes, and that'll complete The Boys. And then I think we're going back to Real Housewives of New York.
It's time.
So if you've been listening to us for The Boys content and you want to keep listening to us, you got to get your Real Housewives of New York game out. And I'm sure those
is strong.
I'm sure those fans have a lot of crossover. The Boys and the Real Housewives of New York franchises. Those fans, I'm sure, just at the same conventions all the time. But yeah, also Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's the new jam on the block, and we are spreading it on our toast.
You're such a fucking idiot.
I am a fucking moron.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That was great.
Yes. Anyway, season 2, episode 5 of The Boys.
Yeah.
So it starts off, basically it's in the movie, like you're watching the movie, but you're on the movie set. You kind of get that feel. You get that. And Maeve is in the movie being super gay.
Yep.
Because that's what Maeve has to do.
Yep.
Now.
Yeah, she's got to film this gay scene.
Found out. So, yeah, that's the role she has to play in the public figure life, and it's eating her up inside.
Yeah.
And so Homelander's sitting back, just fucking enjoying it. He's like, "Yo, let's actually run that back. Let's see how it all went." She's like, "You fucking enjoying this, you dickhead?"
He's such a fuck.
He really is.
They did do a shout out to Joss Whedon. I guess he did the quote unquote rewrites for this movie.
Yeah.
And which I liked because it was a shout out to Joss Whedon, who I love because of Buffy and Angel and a lot of great writers that were on his shows that he's done are now out in the universe, in the world, doing wonderful work on all of these shows.
He's got a nice writer tree beneath him, and that's very similar. And if you remember, I'm bringing the sports twist to things, but that's like a coaching tree. So you're a great coach, like a Bill Belichick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a bunch of assistants that have all gone on and failed without him because he's the best, and they're like, he's got a shitty coaching tree. But then they have other coaches that have good coaching trees, where it's like you come out of that system. And anyway, so the boys.
Yes, no. But I thought it was like a great shout out because Joss Whedon rewrote the ending to the Avengers Endgame, so it was a interesting
little Easter egg for that.
Easter egg there. If anybody loves Joss Whedon,
I think everybody does.
You're
should anyway.
Just being a fucking.
No,
you're being condescending.
I am not. I'm being serious, Joss Whedon.
You used to make fun of me all the time for loving Joss Whedon.
I made fun of you for loving Buffy, like 12 years after it was on TV.
So what?
Not Joss Whedon. I have no beef with him.
Buffy is one of the best shows that have ever been on television, ever.
You should look for somebody doing a Buffy podcast and listen to all those.
I will.
Yeah. That's what the 20 people that listen to this. So you'll be 20 people listening to somebody else's.
Alright, let's move on.
Sorry. And then all of a sudden, in the midst of Homelander smiling like a pig in shit, Ashley comes in. She's frantic, and she's like, yo, Homelander, there's a cell phone video of you killing some villagers. And you're down like... And he's like, what, like a point or two? She's like 9.5 points. And his face sinks. Like, it's the first time I think you see, like... Because he's a psychopath, obviously.
And all of his love that he gets, it's all very... It's just from the people.
Oh, it's all superficial because it's all fake. Yeah. So, Stormfront shows up, and she's like, dude, I can help you bump your numbers. Come see me. And... Yeah. I think that's some foreshadowing for them, too.
Yes. Well, Butcher at the... now let's cut to Butcher at the Punk Club.
Yeah. Yeah, Butcher's at a metal bar.
Well, he starts a fight. He wants to get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, because he hates himself.
God, yeah.
And then he goes to the supermarket to get some frozen peas to put on the lumps on his face. And the thing that stood out to me about the supermarket was in the frozen food section, there was like an organic frozen produce section brought to you by Fort Farms. Mm-hmm. And it just goes like... It's
How
like,
deep?
yo, this conglomerate, like this fucking, it just speaks to how shitty corporations are and how there's like one corporation that runs like everything. Like, have you ever seen that? Like, there's a famous, like, I guess you would call it like a meme, but it's just like every company, and then it's like got them Venn diagrams.
Yeah,
into, like,
the company. Yeah.
And it's like the illusion of choice because there's like 5 parent companies that really own like hundreds of sub.
What are they? It's like it's Disney.
Like Kellogg is like a big one.
Kellogg.
Like Procter and Gamble, I think, own like a million different brands. Right. Like, even like the Pepsi and Cokes of the world, like own like a bunch of sub brands, like all the fast food shit. But like it's pretty wild. Excuse me. So, and then Huey calls, and so they're bouncing back and forth. Butcher's like, bruh, I'm retiring.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. And Huey tells Mother's Milk, and Mother's Milk is concerned. They're like, yo, what is up? And so then we go... Excuse me. Whoa, that was a little post-COVID cough, my bad. And then we're back at the movie set, and Starlight and Stormfront, they've got like this whole frenemy thing going, and it's just like you're picking at the skin of it right now, and it's just gonna go full bore.
Oh yeah. What did you just say?
It's gonna go full bore.
You're picking at the
they're like you're like peeling the skin, peeling the layers off of it right now. Like it's just it's
gonna
new.
go full bore. What is
but
that?
Then it's gonna blow up. Like you can tell it's gonna blow up.
But why full bore?
I don't know, because it's just they're poking now. Like each of them are like testing the
others. Yeah, but I'm
like,
trying to understand the. It's not a saying. What is it?
It is a saying.
Is that a saying?
Yes, it's a saying. You go full bore, like you're going like all out. Like they're like poking right now.
I've never heard that before.
All right, whatever. It's a saying. We'll look it up after this.
Oh boy, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's a thing. God, I'm not gonna stop to look at something right now.
I know. All right. So Butch is like he's leaving, so he ends up going to his aunt's house.
Yeah, because that's where people go when they say they're running away.
Yes. Goes to his aunt's house. His father's dying of cancer.
Full bore, full speed or maximum capacity. Anyway.
Well, aren't we Google smart?
I like to be. But yeah, so they're at the aunt's house, and he's got a cute little bulldog.
Very cute bulldog baby.
Yeah, but the bulldog is what gives him away, because when they hear the dog toys in the background that Butch is looking at, Mother's Milk knows that's where he's going. So there's gonna be some intersection at the aunt's house. Let's see.
Wait, did we covered Starlight and Stormfront, right? They're at the movie. They have a weird frenemy thing.
Yeah.
It looks like
that. Eventually, they're gonna go full bore.
Full bore. That's right. Duh.
Yes.
Da. I guess I was just so caught
Taken
up in
back
your
by that stupid statement.
Yeah, that I wasn't focusing.
Yeah.
At hand. Okay. Then cut to A-Train on the movie.
Yeah, back at the movie set. This is kind of tough to watch.
Yeah, they are. He wants to rewrite his whole script.
Yeah, he's like, bro.
And they're trying to write him out.
Say all this.
Yeah,
A-Train wouldn't say this.
They're trying to write him out.
Well, that's what they're doing. They fired him from the 7 before. It's just now they got to make it like official in the public eye.
Yeah, but he still doesn't want to go.
No, exactly. So it's like when you tell like an actor or something, like they're writing him off a show, and like here's all your exit dialogue, and they're like, "I'm not saying this."
Yeah.
It's like, listen, Dick, just say it.
Just say it. You gotta go.
Yeah.
A-Train, you gotta go.
This
you
is
killed
business,
people,
bro.
Killed people. You took drugs.
Yeah.
Took that V. It's time to go.
Yeah, and the director was kind of funny. He was like, "Ooh, yeah, great work, but no.
Yeah, you gotta go.
You gotta say it the way it's written.
Oh no, what did he say? Talk to Sarah.
You gotta talk to Mr. Edgar or whatever.
No, I think
this goes above my pay grade.
Right.
Is what he said. He's like,
right.
He's like, you're gonna have to take that up with Ashley. So no. Then we see the Deep.
Yeah, who marries a professor from fucking Vassar.
Yeah. Just a couple of weird Scientology weirdos.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Church of the Collective?
Yeah, Church of Collective. Or the Collective. I don't know. Collective.
Whatever, yeah. But yeah, and so he's introducing his new wife to the world, essentially. Rebuilding his image. And, that's what Scientology does for you, I guess. I'm just going to keep calling it Scientology.
Well, that's what this show kind of like takes things from real life and just puts a different name on it.
Absolutely.
That's my words of wisdom right there.
Yes.
That's my critique.
That's, well stated. Well stated. Yeah. So then we see some Eastern European gangster, and Kimiko comes in and rips his face off.
Yeah, man, she's fucking shit up at that bar.
Yeah, so Frenchie's following her around. I guess she's almost like an assassin at this point.
Well, yeah, she is. She's an assassin. She's getting paid.
Yeah.
For these gigs.
And, like I was saying before, back at the aunt's house, and all of a sudden, Mother's Milk and Huey
shows up.
Yep.
Try to get Butcher to help them with Stormfront. He ain't having it.
Yeah.
But guess who's there?
They finally, convince him to go in the... He's like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Fuck you guys. I'm getting in the car. And all of a sudden, catches a little glimpse in the rear view. Black Noir is stalking them. The Ninja Noir. So he pops in back in the house. He's like, folks, we got a problem. That's my Butcher voice.
Can you do it again?
We got a problem. We got a problem. But yeah, so then we're popping back and forth to that movie set, and basically we see like Starlight, Stormfront, and Starlight's mom is there,
which was so weird. Why, like?
Well, Stormfront invited her, saw her on the streets or whatever, and was like, "Hey, what's up?
Come to the movie."
And it definitely seems threatening. It definitely gave up more of a I will kill your mom if you fuck with me vibe than it was I'm trying to help you out, repair your relationship with your mom. And Starlight knew it, Stormfront knew it, but the mom was just like, she wants to help. It's like, you don't see through this giant superhero fucking game of chess and you're a pawn like an idiot. So yeah, that's the way I took it. What?
I'm just laughing at you. Like an idiot.
Like an idiot.
Like an idiot. Some of my notes I don't understand, so you're gonna have to carry through the
Oh, okay.
Carry the synopsis through until the next episode. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
fine.
looking at my notes and I don't know what I wrote.
That's all right. I'll run it through. I'll drive the van for now.
Okay, so my next note: compound V to press ?
Yeah. So that already happened. So I don't know what that note means. Because we've been there. Did you accidentally turn backwards?
Oh my god, this is fun. Let's decipher my notes.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what happened and you can try and play along with your notes. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're back on the movie set and Maeve and Elena, her girlfriend, are sitting there.
Right.
And they're like, yo, this is how we're going to portray your love story. And doing that
That's
whole
right, I
pitch
remember
thing
that.
to it. And
I wrote #Brave Maeve. Her girlfriend is over it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elena hates it. But, like, Maeve takes her out, and she's like, yo, if we don't do this, Homelander will kill both of us.
Right.
So we just got to play along until we find a way we can fuck Homelander over.
It's a trap.
Yeah, so that's what that seems to be, like, their mission, is they're going to try and fuck Homelander over to get their own freedom of love to be out there.
Freedom of love.
Yeah, so they're free to go about the world and do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they want. So then we got Huey and Butcher Butcher's like, mates, I'm gonna go out there and I will just let Black Noir kill me and you guys make a run for it. And they're
Are
like,
these
no.
impersonations? Are these going to be a part of the show now? A part of our show?
No, I think they might be at this point.
Okay, keep going. It's great.
Yeah. No, maybe I just feel like it tonight. So who knows? It'll depend on how I feel going forward. How silly I am because I feel very silly tonight. I don't know why.
Well, keep going.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
yeah,
I wrote here. I was like, it's all very dramatic.
Well, yeah,
They won't let him
Butcher. I wrote Butcher's done. He wants Black Noir to take him. Huey ain't having it. That's what I
go.
wrote.
Yeah.
Huey ain't having it.
Yeah, I wrote that it was all very dramatic. Yeah. And then Frenchie and Kamiko have like a little like. They meet up and he's like, "What, you're doing hits now? You're killing for money?" So that's
a good Frenchie.
Thank you. Yeah, it's general French person, I believe.
That's
yeah,
good.
that works. I think that's
very
the
good.
fake French person he's doing as the actor. Yeah.
I think he's really French.
I think he really is too.
Yeah.
So I was just being an
From
insult.
Canada. We went through this already.
Yes, because
My
they
thoughts.
film in Canada.
Yeah, which is
They
just
found a
fucking
local.
say
They
you film
found
in
a local
Canada.
derelict to
What?
fill the role of Frenchie.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what is wrong with me tonight. We are fucking 15 minutes into this thing.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, so Kamiko's doing hits. Frenchie wants to help. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing, man?" Now the Deep is doing Scientology commercials. He's out there like,
Yep.
"Hey, can I send you the book, The Church of the Collective?" He's like, "Have you heard of L. Ron Hubbard? Like, you know, Dianetics." I'm so old that I remember seeing those commercials on TV.
I don't remember seeing any commercials. The only
Any commercials
no,
ever?
any commercials.
You were
No.
born- You were born
Any
before commercials.
Any commercials about Scientology? The only thing that I remember about Scientology was what I used to read in like my grandma's tabloids, like in her Star magazines.
Oh, really? About like what the Scientology famous people were doing?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. So and then we go back to the fucking movie set. A-Train and Stormfront are chatting, and yo, Stormfront is being a little side racist to him.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's very. I mean, we learned in episode 6 how she's like straight up that, but yeah, like right now she's like talking about like, Yeah, it's like, I heard they didn't like garbage people in that church. He's like, what do you mean garbage people? She's like, nothing.
Did she really say garbage people?
She absolutely, I have garbage people in quotes.
Oh my god.
And this is where I wrote down, because I paused the episode right there, and I was like, did you know Stormfront is like the most well-known Nazi website?
That's right. Yeah. Yes.
So, like, if you just Google like Stormfront plus Nazi website, you don't have to click on the link, but it'll give you like a little Wikipedia blurb where it's like a fucking absolutely a white nationalist, like a white power website. And I think it's very funny that they use Stormfront as the name for the racist bad person.
Yeah, well, again, as I said before, they take things from reality and put a different name on it. But I guess they didn't really...
This was all more literal, almost.
Like, on the nose.
Yeah. I bet in the writer's room when they were thinking of the names, they were like, yo, we need to think of a name for Storm, for the fake Storm-type character, because we need a Storm-type character who's a Nazi, and then we're like, Stormfront! That's perfect! They all clapped each other on the backs and stuff. I bet it was a nice ruckus scene in there.
In the writer's room?
Yeah, when they thought of that. A-Train sucks it up and does his exit scene. Like a bitch. And then there is a rally.
Oh, yeah.
A rally that a politician, there's an anti-Sioux politician, and she's out there giving a speech, and she's talking shit about Homelander and how...
I'm just assuming that this woman, she just reminds me of AOC.
That's kind of what I thought of, too.
My 2 cents.
Well, I mean, it's New York. She's a young, like, ethnic, like, good-looking, black-haired, politician lady. So, yeah.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
Good description.
And Ben Shapiro's probably obsessed with her feet. That's a meme, if you didn't know that. Ben Shapiro is obsessed with AOC's feet. So, like,
I didn't know about that.
Oh, I'll show you all these funny things where, like, she puts these tweets and people, like, Photoshop Ben Shapiro tweeting, let me just see your feet.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It is, but it's very funny. Anyway, not trying to get political. So, Homelander just shows up to this fucking speech, and he tries to smooth things over. And it doesn't work. And, when he was having that vision of slicing through the crowd with his laser eyes,
yeah, you don't speak for a scene.
I thought it was real. I thought he was really doing that.
Me too for a second.
I was like, wow, they're really going for it now.
That was a fucking crazy scene he has that power to just fucking wipe out.
Obliterate hundreds of people in a shot.
Yeah.
And I thought he really did it there for a hot second.
Yeah, like, I mean, he's bugging. He's bugging over what he did. I feel like he's feeling a little... I mean, let's think about Homelander for a second. Now we're learning about all these different layers, or the hierarchy to Vought. Like, we were introduced, obviously, to Homelander thinking that he was the head honcho. But he is not.
No.
There's Mr. Edgar.
Yeah.
And we're learning more about the...
history of Vought
as a whole. So I think it's interesting to see his character just fucking, like, see that layer to him. He really is kind of insignificant.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, which Mr. Edgar had told him originally. But, and knowing that, still, he could still fucking kill if he wanted to. Like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's starting to bug out.
By opening his
I don't know
eyes.
why I went on that tangent, but
no, because Homelander's a fucking terrifying character.
Yeah, I really like this actor. He's really good.
Yeah.
So let's see. Back to
the house. They're like trying to make these makeshift bombs. Like first
booby trapped. I wrote booby trapped.
Yeah, they made some booby traps. They called in a fake gas leak. If you smell something, say something. Is I think the campaign for that.
So yeah, the house is booby trapped, and they're waiting for Black Noir in the taffy room, which happens to be
where they make drugs.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Butcher's aunt is a drug dealer. to senior citizens.
Yes, which is
kind of
awesome.
Yeah. Beating the system. The already corrupt system.
So then we see Homelander being a fucking creep, standing in a dark hallway watching the video of him at the fucking rally. And he bites the bullet and he goes to Stormfront and he's like, I need you to help me with memes. And that's pretty much how it, because Stormfront, as we learn soon, is the most adaptable human being on the fucking planet. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so she helps him with memes and tries to drive his popularity back up. And we are back at the house with the squad waiting for Noir to attack. And this is where we learn about Butcher's younger brother.
Yeah, Lenny.
Yeah, which is adorable because it's our dog's name. But
God.
apparently Lenny was like the sweetest guy, and it was like not Homelander, but fucking Butcher's like true north almost, like so.
His little brother.
Yeah, like but it kept up. But Butcher was always the the brawn,
right?
And his little brother Lenny was always the calming, the yin to the yang.
Yeah.
And Huey looks like him and reminds them of him, and now it all starts to click why Butcher loves Huey so much.
Well,
it's fucking
Butcher's
adorable.
hard on him.
Yeah,
that Butcher's hard and
hard on him, but also won't leave him, and is always down to help, and still is gonna look after him and risk his own life for his, essentially. I don't think we learned how Lenny died, though.
Yeah, we didn't.
But yeah, so Noir comes in. Butcher stays to fight, tells everybody to leave again because he's a fucking hero. But of course, Mother's Milk and Huey, they can't leave their boy. Yeah. They come back and they almost get themselves killed. But in the process, Butcher comes up with a pretty sick plan. And he just tells them, like, hey, I got all this fucking evidence and I'm going to release it if I don't check in all the time and blah, blah, blah. And
that accent wasn't very good.
No, that one wasn't Mike. And then all of a sudden the phone rings and it's Mr. Edgar. Ooh. And he wants to talk to Butcher. And I guess Black Noir has FaceTime in his face. And he was talking to Mr. Edgar the whole time. And Edgar's like, how do I know you have this shit? He's like, you don't, you cunt. And you had to take him for his word. And he does. And they let him go. And then when they leave, Huey was like, yo, you got that shit? And Butcher was like, winky face. And then Maeve and Deep are walking together and I think they're going to start working together, trying to screw some people over like Homelander and stuff. So that's going to be an interesting...
Yes.
That's top 3 of the teammates I didn't see coming together right there. I did not see that.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
And then Starlight's in Stormfront's trailer, looking through emails, and Stormfront comes in. Catches her almost red-handed. She comes up with a good enough excuse, I guess, to make her think that she wasn't looking shady and through shady shit, but I'm sure that was still hanging out there. But luckily, Homelander comes in and saves the day. Starlight leaves. Homelander is amped because he is back up. And this, I thought, kind of talked to, the political state of the world. Because, it seemed like he was back up because of his performance at that rally. Mm-hmm. When he didn't think he had a good performance, but... the words that they were using were patriotic and so it was the patriotic and the right crowd, and it was kind of like how Stormfront was talking about how she doesn't need popularity when she's got a small army of people pumping out memes all day, and it was almost like the troll type of thing,
yeah.
So, and that small group pumping out memes swings percentage points, and he was back up a couple points, So he was so fucking happy. that they hate fucked all through the fucking building.
Fucking weird.
They were fucking using their superpowers on each other.
Fucking lasering her tits.
Oh man, she was like laser my tits off. That
weird,
was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, weird sex stuff.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say weird. Aggressive. You know what? It's fucking weird.
No, it was weird because they have superpowers and they were using them. It wasn't like they had superpowers and they would just like spank me. Like, you know, that would be that would be this is weird. This is weird. It's kind of like calling the gecko guy weird.
Yes.
You know, they let him chopped his dick off of some guy. Yeah. So that was the end of that. That episode ended with some hate fucking. And now we go with episode 6. And we open with Frenchie high as fuck with a bunch of strangers. And they're giving a bunch of love to the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Golden Girls is a pretty heavy theme in this episode.
Yeah, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, so Golden Girls was good shit. I'm a huge fan myself.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
I've always considered myself a combo of Dorothy and Betty White.
I would have to say I'm probably Blanche and Betty White.
Yeah, I would see that too. I think maybe you got a little Sophia mixed in.
Probably.
But yeah, so we learned later though that this was a flashback because it really threw me off at the beginning, and maybe I missed where they said it was a flashback.
No, they didn't. They don't usually say, but you can kind of tell.
But you learn later on like it was a flashback, for sure. Yeah,
so we get this backstory of him with that chick.
Yeah,
who we call Shetty.
Yeah,
right?
Shetty. Yeah, back when he had just got to New York.
And so and then some other dude, some friend. And turns out...
I think they were a throuple, the three of them.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so, yeah.
Like, I think the other two were, like, the main components of the throuple, and he was, like, the satellite. But I think the three of them were a thing. But, yeah, and then we ditch that, and we come back to present day, and we got Huey and Starlight are with him. And they're digging into her shoulder to
take
pull
the chip out of her neck.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. Then, like, just when I think that these episodes in this show can't get any fucking creepier.
I know.
God damn it, do they just turn that knob a little bit fucking higher just to freak me out a little bit more. Because this was gross.
Yeah.
On a lot of levels. And I'm talking about Stormfront Homelander. Like, we get this petty thief, like he's running down the block or whatever. He's counting maybe like $60 he stole. And then these two fucking superheroes, that's how you're spending your time on a guy who stole $60?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
No, I know. They just wanted to fuck while killing somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. It
was so weird and gross and just...
The close-up scenes of her rubbing his junk were so disturbing.
That's right, I forgot.
Those were so disturbing.
I didn't look, though. I turned my head a lot.
I was examining with a fucking eagle eye is what I was doing. Because, it looked fake. That was part of the reason why it was disturbing. Because...
What looked fake?
There should be some movement in his pants.
Are you talking about his dick?
Yes. Yeah. Yo, if later in the episode they're going to choke a guy out with somebody's dick, they could have a moving dick in the pants. Because the dick should be moving. If she's rubbing it to the point where he jizzes and snaps a guy's head.
Wait, this isn't like... Wait a minute. You want to see the dick move? Is this the conversation? This is the conversation that we're having?
I don't
you want to see. You do. You obviously do. It upset you.
I'm just saying the dick should have been. It looked so fake. It looked like she was just rubbing like a mannequin. That's what I'm saying. Like it was too fucking fake, is what I'm saying. And if they're gonna choke a guy out later with a guy's bare dick, then they could have a real dick in that scene too, is what I'm saying.
I really can't even, look at you right now. I can't believe we're having this conversation. Can we move on?
Sure.
Mr. fucking Eagle Eye on his dick.
So, you can call me,
What can I call you?
Johnny Junk Eagle Eye.
That was terrible.
I don't know. I don't know what else. I couldn't come up with that. So.
Oh, got that COVID cough.
Yeah, coming out of it. So, yeah. The squad is Starlight. They're all back. Kamiko shows up. All of a sudden, she's done being an assassin. She's back with everybody. I guess I'll just accept that.
But, oh, wait. I wrote, the boys realize they are fucking. Oh, that, Stormfront and Homelander are having sex when they're watching their interview.
Yeah, they're back in, like, their little subway station thing where the fucking Haitian kings or whatever make heroin packets.
Yes.
But yeah, so they're watching the interview on TV and they're fucking. But while we're there, Starlight reveals yo, I saw this crazy shit on Stormfront's laptop about this psychiatric ward in Pennsylvania, and I think we should go there. And they're like, righto. And they go.
Then Deep and Maeve. We see Deep and Maeve, and Maeve
after we see a commercial for Proud Maeve Pride Bars.
Oh yeah, God.
Oh
Poor
man,
thing.
I'm cringing at all the forced fucking because you know it's not genuine. That's why it's so fucking cringy. And you know that's how so many of these corporations act in real life. But anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Why? It's a part of the show.
I know. Oh, that's very true. You're very true.
It's part of the show. Like I said before.
But it's so...
The show takes things from reality.
Kind of like Law and Order. It's ripped from the headlines.
They take things from reality.
And they spin it for the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're plotting. Maeve and Deep, they are plotting. They have... and so Deep comes in and he's funny. I like the Deep again. He's like, yo, so I talked to these fucking sea otters, man, and they knew these halibut up by Iceland, and they found the black box from that plane. And Maeve's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care about your sea friends. Just give me the box.
Yeah. If you want to get back in the 7, give me the box. I mean, yeah. Do I like Deep? Kind of. I mean, he's still a fucking shit. He's still such a fucking...
But his storyline is very interesting to me. Because I want to see what happens next with him. He's just a very interesting fucking goofball. So then we see the A-Train music video, and they're like talking about it. They're like, yo, what do you think? This guy's spitting hot fire, right? It's a pretty sick song. And they're like, we think we're going to get Lil Nas for it. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. And then the Deep is like, bro, do you want to join Scientology with me?
Oh, yeah, trying to convert him.
Yeah, and you know what? A-Train's got nothing left to... A-Train's trying to, you know...
What does he got to lose? He needs something.
And I thought the Deep was real slick right there, too. Even slick above his mental capacity, because I don't think the Deep is the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I think he was slick above his mental capacity right there. When he was like, oh, it seems like you got plenty going on there, Deep. I guess I'll leave you alone, and this guy I know can't help you. And A-Train's like, what? I thought that was a little beyond Deep's mental capacity, but I'll allow it. Let's see.
All right, so they get to Sage Grove.
Yes.
And they infiltrate the fuck out of it. They pull the old, wearing the orderly.
The
old orderly.
I like the little comic moment where they're in there and they're like, no, you be the patient. No, you be the patient. And they're like fighting. And Frenchie's like, oh, I guess I'll be the patient. That was a bad accent. I don't even know what that was. And then we have another fucking flashback. And this is where I think we're learning how Frenchie became part of like that squad.
The crew, part of the crew. Yes, very interesting.
So basically his flashback was that he was getting... You know, they got caught robbing the bank that they talked about in the first scene, and he's getting, I guess, interviewed by the FBI lady who is all their boss, I guess, and she's like, a Xanax bomb for the guy who superpowers rage, pretty smart. Think you could be one of our teammates? And he's like, why do I want to work for you? And she's like, because I'll fucking kill your friends. And so he's like, well, I guess I have no choice. And I was like, a Xanax bomb sounds dope.
Oh my
Especially
God.
with all this COVID stuff. So now that's how he starts. He starts working with those guys, and it's an interesting backstory. I can take it, I guess.
Well, let's see. But then we jump to Homelander again.
Yep.
He has something in his trailer. He has a surprise for Stormfront.
It's probably a mannequin dick.
The first thing you said, he's like, now there's going to be somebody in there for them to kill.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was going to be
They're going to kill somebody together.
Yeah, like somebody brought Homelander their own coffee.
But it's not.
Like,
it's
rip
just.
his legs off and fuck.
It's just roses. So we're
Which
starting
is
to
so
see
weird, yeah.
this softer side to Homelander.
And he was pissed. This is why he doesn't have a softer side, though, I feel. Like, this is, like, almost like he's been disappointed so many times by these ladies that he's fell for. And when he never had parents or anything like that, he's literally like a test tube baby, born in a fucking lab. He's had no emotion for, like, his entire life because he never felt it growing up. He felt like this Elizabeth Shue was his mother character, and then she fucked him over completely, so he burned her face off. He starts to, like, feel for this Stormfront girl, and he doesn't know how to show his emotions right, and then she blows him off immediately.
Well, she had something very important to do.
Well, yes. I mean, she had to go
had
tend to all the
stuff.
fucking Project V rejects.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he propositions her, and she declines, and he is not happy about it. But she's like, I'll be right back.
Wow, a lot happened in this episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we cut to Starlight and Butcher. Right. Oh no, we're back to everybody else in the hospital.
And they're fucking around in the hospital, but then we start bouncing back and forth because Butcher, Starlight, and Huey are outside.
Yeah. Well, Starlight wants to know why. Why do you hate me?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
why
Butcher
do you?
and Starlight are beefing this entire episode, so this is gonna be the settle their beef episode. Like, why do you hate me? Why don't you like me?
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, you fucking...
So while they're fighting...
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun, Stormfront arrives.
And he's like, oh, crikey, we gotta call them. and they do. But they are in the security room. So... they, like, have all the cameras and stuff like that, and that's where you see into all these cells, and that's when you start to realize, like, this is
these are crazy soups.
Yeah, this is a whole bunch
Crazy
of, like,
soups
people, and they are wild.
Yeah.
You got wild powers and stuff. Stormfront shows up.
Starts talking to a patient.
Goes into the room with some guy who you're like, oh, there's just some, like, orderly or whatever, and hopefully this patient's not a maniac, because he'll kill them both. And all of a sudden, he's just hovering a ball, and they're like, oh, all right, cool, good for you, nice progress. They go to leave, and he's like, not doing tricks for you until I talk to my sister. And the orderly sets him on fire.
Well...
And then while that's happening, the fucking Mother's Milk and Frenchie and Kimiko are watching this on the TV screen, and Frenchie's like, that is Lamplighter! And we've never really talked about Lamplighter on the podcast, but that's somebody that they have referenced several times in the past as one of, like, the original asshole bad guy Soups, because he killed the FBI lady's kids.
Yeah.
And that was what kind of, like, set her fucking on her path to the anti-Soup crusades and shit like that. So he's, like, the original shithead Soup who created the original anti-Soup crusader.
Correct.
So that's the boys.
I wrote all these cuckoo soups.
Yeah.
I wrote, oh my god, they can't get out. Shit goes haywire. Let's talk about that. Shit does go haywire.
Yeah. So, basically, what happens is...
What happened
was... So they try to walk out. They see Lamplighter. Lamplighter's like, I recognize that motherfucker. Frenchie's like, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. And then they go turn to have beef. Lamplighter fucking accidentally sprays his fire at a door. And then this girl comes out.
Yeah, Cindy, I think, was her name. Cindy. Or Crystal. It was either Cindy or Crystal.
I think it was Cindy. And everybody, and then Lamplighter's just like, oh, hey.
Hey.
Don't forget that extra mac and cheese I gave you.
We're friends, right?
And she's like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't like lying people, and this is weird.
Yeah, and she's just like, I'm just gonna crush people.
And then somebody shows up, shoots her 3 times, she turns around, twists her wrist, and his entire body crushes, and a blood bomb goes off. And then you're just like, oh shit, we need to get the fuck up out of here.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yes. And so they're running out. They team up because apparently that's the only way they can get out.
Yeah. Because the whole place goes into lockdown. Yeah. Well, as I said, shit goes haywire.
Yeah. Butcher and them deal with a fucking soup outside.
Yeah. Butcher, Huey, and Starlight are
Out
like,
by the van.
what the fuck is going on? And then they see a soup.
Yep. And they're trying to keep him chill, just like they were trying to keep the soup chill on the inside. But instead, he flips the van over 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, flips of it. He does like
shoot
this
him,
weird
and
repelling
Huey's
thing.
entire fucking gut is just cut open, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they got to get to the hospital now. They're like, fuck them. They can figure it out themselves. But yeah, there's a lot of back and forth going on here. Stormfront shows back up with Homelander. Homelander is passive aggressive.
Yeah, he's about to. Well. We see that he's about to lose his shit over these flowers, and he fucking does, and he burns his fucking trailer down. And she comes, Stormfront comes back late, and he's tight.
Yeah.
He's tight. He's like,
yo,
where were you? I went to the tower. You weren't there.
She's like, are you looking up on me? Did you look at my phone? And he's like, no. But maybe a little. So, and then we go back to the Scientology place, and the Deep is there with A-Train and the fake David Miscavige.
No, do you remember who that guy is? Do you remember? Oh, you may have never seen it. Did you ever see Practical Magic?
No, I don't think so. David Miscavige is the real head of Scientology, though. That's why I said the fake David Miscavige.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actor.
No.
Not that there's... No, honestly, that's who I thought you were talking about. Because I mix these two up all the time. Dominic West from The Wire.
Oh, yeah.
And that guy.
Oh, okay.
The guy that plays Alistair. Because
Okay.
they look kind of similar, but they're not the same guy.
Yeah, but this guy's got a lot of dirt, though.
Ooh.
Oh, he does.
L. Ron Hubbard, yes, he does.
Yeah, they got videos on everybody.
All of them.
But, so he's like, yo... So we're just chatting, just chilling, and then the Deep is like, well, I felt A-Train sabotage me every step of the way, and the guy is like, uh-oh, time for a truth bomb or some shit like that.
Let's do it.
A-Train's like, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then the dude's like, bro, you got 7-figure debt and nothing on your horizon. He's like, you need us.
Yeah.
And A-Train's like, you're right. And he turns around because he's a bitch. So we go back to the fucking psych ward. Lamplighter and the dudes are hanging out in like a little area with some prescription pills, and Frenchie's like, yo, this shit is dope. And
I'm gonna make a bomb.
Yeah. And Mom's like, bro, you can't snort all that. And he's like, I'm gonna make a bomb, you cocksucker. And then they all have like a little... then they start doing more flashbacks and shit.
Right. Well, we learn more about Lamplight and Frenchie.
And Frenchie and their whole dynamic. But essentially what we learn is that Lamplighter had a deal with the FBI lady, and Lamplighter was out doing his thing, and he was just going to kill the FBI lady. That was his plan to get out of that deal, because they had some video of him doing some dirty shit. And Frenchie was supposed to be following him. Frenchie's buddy had an OD, and he left to go tend to that. And during that time, Lamplighter went to go kill the fucking lady, and instead he killed her kids.
That was a good recap.
Yeah, and that was what sparked. Sparked.
Oh God.
It's even funnier because it's kids.
Oh my!
I'm sorry. I have a bad sense of humor at times. But yeah, so that's the whole gist of the recaps
I
there.
don't know if I could come back from that joke.
Oh, come on. I've made worse.
Pretty bad.
But so Lamplighter was pissed at Frenchie because he was like, bro, why didn't you stop me? I
Yeah.
thought it was the lady, not the kids.
Yeah.
And then, so he explains his side, they explain their side, and it turns out that they're going to be kind of buddies-ish. It's weird.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna be best friends.
Yeah, they're all going to be besties.
They're gonna be
Lamplighter is going
best
to join
friends.
their squad.
We jumped over though Huey,
Yes, we did. Because
Starlight, and Butcher.
Because I felt talking about it in a linear line instead of jumping back.
That was good. Now we won't have to
easiest.
jump back. You're right, Mike. When you're right, you're right.
I try at times.
Back to that scene, which was a fucked up scene, because
Yes.
Starlight's trying to hail down a car on the road. She hails this guy down.
Hmm.
She's like, I need the car.
Hmm.
And guy's like, who the fuck, who are you? Butcher comes up with you.
Hey, mate, we're the FBI. And this guy doesn't fall for it like Huey did in the first season. This guy's like, let me see some credentials.
Yeah.
And Butcher's like, I got a gun instead. The guy's like, me too, motherfucker. And then Starlight zaps him.
Yeah. She zaps him. She kills him.
Yeah,
And
I think she was trying to
it's-
take it easy on him too. And she went to go check his pulse. But when he hit the ground, his head was bleeding.
Yeah.
I think that did it to him. It was tough. Tough.
And she's upset.
Yeah, she's like, why'd that motherfucker pull a gun? He's like, bro, you need to chill on that stuff, bro. It's his own fault. He
Yeah.
asked for it.
Yeah, the baby seat in the car.
Ah, now you're bringing up more dead kids.
All right, let's move on.
I'm sorry.
Please.
So Butcher and Starlight, they keep beefing in the car. They're like, yo, fuck you. And, like, they're just arguing because they both just love Huey so
Yes,
much.
that's really that's the theme that I took away from this episode.
They don't want to share Huey.
They don't want to share Huey. They gotta. That's the only thing that they can fucking bond over. They don't like each other,
Yep.
but they can bond over that. We also learn though. Let's jump back to the fucking boys in Sage Grove.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, lamplighter? I almost said flame starter.
Same.
But he basically is like, yo, they're testing V on adults. They know it's easier to do on toddlers. They take it better. But adults, it's like a 50-50 chance. You either become a superhero or you go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And they test you here.
He's like, and I burned the rejects.
Yeah, I burn the evidence.
Yeah. That was a pretty bold statement.
And then guy with super dick.
Yeah. Super Dick pops in through the door. Mother's Milk is getting choked by Super Dick. And then they kill him. They run out. And then Stormfront returns. They're all hiding. And then Lamplighter comes out and covers for them. So Lamplighter and them are going to be boys, I think. Huey makes it to the hospital. He's unconscious. And Butcher and Starlight, they start bonding over Huey instead of beefing over him. And that's growth. It's nice to see some growth in this episode.
Oh my god, I can
It
only...
was they're like it's so cute the way he crinkles his nose while he smells farts. Like they just start talking about really weird things about Huey, and like bonding over it.
Oh, yeah, no. What do you mean about farts? No, it's that he
I
put
know, I was making up my own things.
Desitin on his bum.
Yeah, I was making up my own things though.
So make up more.
You know how like when he's cold, he blows on his hands in threes. I don't know why, I just find that so cute and endearing.
In threes.
Yeah, and then he rubs them.
Oh my.
Rub. I don't know. Or when he crinkles his nose when he smells farts. Or, you know, the way he furrows his brow when, I don't know, he's eating my box. Oh, wait, that's just a Starlight thing.
Oh my God!
I don't know
All right,
why.
God,
All right.
can this fucking
Thank God.
episode end?
You were,
God,
you were the one who kept pushing me.
I
You
know,
kept pushing
but I
me.
shouldn't have.
I know, that was bad.
Let's finish this up.
So
my God.
then they
I can
call the
only.
FBI.
I just have to say, I can only breathe out of one nostril right now. Look.
Yeah, this has been a long one. This has been trying.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
So roughly at the end, at the end they're hanging. They stole a fucking what is it? An ambulance. Yeah. And so they're out there. They're talking on the phone. They're telling Butcher what the fuck went on. So everybody's wrapping everything up. And then all of a sudden the FBI lady shows up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they open the back door and Lamplighter's there. And she's like, tell me why I don't kill this motherfucker right now. And Frenchie's like, wait, I wanted to kill him too. But now I think he can help us. And
no, well, Frenchie also says he's going to torture himself.
yeah, well, that too. But like,
it's not going to do any good for you. He's going to torture himself. Don't kill this guy. Don't stoop to his level.
yeah. Plus,
he hates
can help
himself.
us. Plus, he can help us.
Plus, he can help us. But it was also Frenchie projecting on Lamplighter, right? Lamplighter?
Yep. Not Firestarter.
Not Firestarter. With, his friend
Yes.
dying.
And then right at the end, we have Stormfront with Homelander.
Wait, no, we totally jumped over. Maeve's girlfriend finds a video of the flight.
Oh, yeah, we did do that.
And she sees it and is totally fucking creeped out and upset. Elena's not having it. And Maeve is like,
but this is the way we get out.
This is the way we get out. But, I mean, rightly so. Girlfriend was not having it.
Well, like, try to be, like, in Maeve's position, though. She knows Homelander would win in a fight.
If I come home and I see that my husband, like...
I don't think Maeve can fly on her own. Like, Homelander was her way.
No, she can't. But still.
But
it's shocking to see. It's creepy. It's fucked up.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't disagree, but, like, what was Elena expecting Maeve to do in that situation?
I don't know.
She's got one ride out of there. It's Homelander.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah,
she's creeped, and rightly so. Anyway,
I don't disagree,
that's
but
how
I'm
I
just
feel.
saying, I don't think she
That's how I
be,
feel.
I don't think she should hold it
That's how
against
I
Maeve.
feel.
Hold it against Homelander. That's my point.
I have a note here that I specifically wrote because I wanted you to talk about it. He burns his dick off every night. You said that?
Oh,
you
well,
said that?
Oh, you want to egg me on to more fucking terrible things? Okay, then fine. You want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah, why did you... Well,
what did you say?
That?
What did you say like 2 minutes ago when we were talking about Lamplighter? That he beats himself up enough?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
and that's when I said, yeah, he burns his dick off every night. He beats himself up enough over it. Yeah, he burns his dick. I say stupid things. I'm sorry. And if you want me to say them again, I will.
I know. It doesn't take much to egg you on.
No, not when there's a microphone in front of me, which is why I enjoy it.
All right, so Stormfront and Homelander back together. He's totally not having her. He's really pissed off. He's like, why the fuck are you lying to me? Where were you? Tell me the truth. And she's like, all right, you want me to tell you the truth? I'm going to fucking tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you everything. We learn.
I was born in 1919 to a poor immigrant in Germany. And then
a poor immigrant in Germany? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't even know what that means.
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, but she was born in 1919.
In Germany.
And
guess what? She's a fucking Nazi.
She was the first soup. She was the first successful injection of V.
Yep. And was married to fucking
Mr. Vought.
Mr. Vought.
They're going through pictures and she's like, oh, this is Himmler. This is Goebbels. And that was
Hitler.
The most important man in the room.
Yeah.
Mr. Hitler.
So basically...
And then she goes on a whole like white power rant too.
Well,
she's like, Homelander, you are exactly what we pictured when we were coming up with V. We wanted blonde hair, blue-eyed fucking superhumans to go out and stomp everybody else.
Correct.
She's like, I fucking love you. I haven't loved anybody like you since my husband. She's like, let's hate fuck some more. And they do.
And Homelander is so excited.
And then the Golden Girls theme plays again for some reason.
Well, because guess what? Cuckoo Cindy
Yep.
is
Hitchhiking.
on the loose.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking. She's coming to see everybody.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting for the next 2 episodes. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see crazy Cindy fucking head crusher out in the real world of Toronto/fake New York. It's going to be wild. And if you made it this far in the episode, that's wild. Because boy, did we go off the rails in the last 20 minutes or so.
That was tough.
But anyway, we appreciate you checking it out, sticking it out this long. Once again, the website is don'twantowatchthat.com. Twitter and Instagram is at don'twanttowatch. On Twitter, the O in don't is a 0. Fuck that guy. I just burped. I'm sorry. We've been drinking cider. Sorry, did you want me to just not say anything? And besides, nobody's listening right now. So, thanks again for listening. I'm Mike. Mare's drinking.
I'm Mare.
Yeah, and, we will catch you next time for the last 2 episodes of this season. And before that, though, you'll probably hear us on a new Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode. Oh, boy, that will be exciting. Thanks for checking it out. Rate, review, share. Tell your friends. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. You're such a idiot.